All right, so like I said, this is an HP 14-DQ1033CL. And the problem this is having is it powers on, and when it powers on, the screen stays black, but if you hook up an HDMI to it, it works fine. So what we're gonna do is actually going to see if it's just the cable on the back of the screen. So we're gonna separate the cover for this hinge here, because that would be super nice. The backlight isn't turning on at all, but also the screen itself isn't turning on at all, which generally indicates it's a different issue than just, hey, there's no power or something going here, or the backlight is damaged. Start by getting this guy off of here. And then we make sure we don't have any screws holding that on. Now this is going to be held together. Yeah, you can switch it. We just have to see how long it gets, that's all. So with these, there's a little bit of adhesive right here. So we're gonna get right along this. You just got to be careful not to hit the screen. Want to make sure we're releasing these clips. And like I said, it's adhesive, so you can kind of hear it. And we don't want to tear it. And we're going to hopefully be able to just put this adhesive back on there when we are done. Well, same thing down here. Just want to not remove the adhesive. Yeah, I know it makes everybody nervous, even me. Because there's things that can go terribly wrong if something goes terribly wrong. You just want to be gentle and slow with this. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel. We're gonna release some clips as we're doing this so we can get a little bit more leverage. And we're not just putting all of this pressure directly on the screen. Now, on the sides here, should be this, which is hopefully an adhesive pole. So to do these poles, you want to lay this as flat as possible and then slowly pull directly away. You don't want to pull it at any kind of angle. You just want to do that. It's going to go, and then suddenly it'll end up all in your hand, just like that. So, and then you have just this little guy. That's what we just pulled out. Which means that we're doing this, we're gonna have to replace this. So before you do this, make sure you actually have some replacement. You want to avoid running this over any kind of rough edges. And like I said, you want to keep this as parallel as possible without putting too much friction on it. There we go. Just keep it running right like that. It's an HP, not a Dale. And then you're not going to be able to use the and sign. Unfortunately, because it's turning it all into just plain text. All right, let's flip this over. Let's see what we got. Yep, that's fine. Perfect. What is that? On the video. Put your mouse on the video. There's a little speaker. Oh. So this doesn't look like it's ever been replaced. Yeah, don't use any special characters, just text. So what you have there now is fine. So let's get this off of here. Sometimes, man, HP uses the absolute worst adhesive. Sometimes they use the strongest adhesive known to man. All right, so we unplugged it. We're gonna plug it back in like so. We know it's making a good connection now. And now we're gonna try and turn it on again. So I think the battery on this was dead. Let's grab the power cord. How's that deep clean coming next to you? Cool. That in there. Those files over. It's 4 gigs. All right. Power on. Let's see if we get anything different. If we don't get anything different, then we're going to the screen lit up? I guess we'll just give this a second to see if it's memory learning. Oh, nice. So it is actively running right now. So something wrong with the HDMI. Does this have an HDMI port on it? Does. So if the HP logo shows up, let's turn this all the way off, which it's not going all the way off. See if we can get into the BIOS on this. There's that. Okay, now it's working. All right, let's put some adhesive on here. Could be. We're going to turn it off. So now we know it's not the screen, which is good. So what we'll do, we'll line this up. Start, if you're going to put these pull tabs on here, you start your alignment at the bottom and work your way up. So that way you know where things need to be located, and then you can cut off the excess from the top instead of the bottom. So same thing on this side. Just gonna put that right there. And we just go up. Go. Oh yeah. I'm not trusting that it's just working. I am going to, we're gonna check this thing. Let's get that off. Just want to get the screen back on there at this point. Because next, after this, if this is just working, then we will be looking at a Wacom tablet, then an iPad Pro or an iPad Air screen install, and then a motherboard. Either we're gonna move it, the Haven't decided what we're gonna do yet. We're either gonna move the... We're either gonna move the Ethernet port, or we're just gonna replace the motherboard outright. I haven't decided yet. We got a bunch of other things to do today. Stay in place, you. There we go. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, you never replied to my text yesterday. Busy day, I'm assuming. All good. Yeah, I set up those phones. Or there's the VoIP phone and whatnot, and it was working pretty well. Only problem was, like, the handset, like the external handset, does it, like, you can't just put a call on hold and then pick it up on the handset. You have to transfer the call to the handset, which is weird. Yes, but it's like it's a huge pain in the butt because the cellular phone or the wireless handset isn't like its own device. Because it's tied to that base. So if I want to transfer it to another one, oh, this is a business. And transfer it to the other one, then I have to manually do it from there. It's just, it was way like convoluted and complicated. I'm gonna have one more of these phones, but I'm not gonna have any like handsets. No, again, the wireless handset, like if I have her, like she's never gonna have a wireless handset ever. No, it's the way that works is like super weird. No, she can, but she has to, if she wants to send a thing over to me, it's the exact same process as just sending it to my cell phone. So I'm just having her sending it to my cell phone now. Trying to figure out what's going on with it, Emily. Yeah, those phones are interesting. Because there's like a whole process she has to go through. She has to put the call on hold. Like, I'm not complaining, I'm just out loud. Like, so she has to put the call on hold. Then after the call is on hold, then she has to pick a person to transfer it to. And then once she picks a person to transfer it to, then she has to go through the process of transferring it to me. Just like I said, it's just a weird series of steps. Instead of like what I've been used to all this time, which is you put it on hold and then I just pick up the handset and press the button, you know? I've been used to something way simpler. Well, I'm sure that, like I said, I'm sure there's a very, very simple way to do this. All right, let's see. That's back on there. Let's power cycle this a few times. This is backed up. How much data do we have? This thing definitely needs a new battery. Let me sleep it. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bradenton PC Repair. If you want to learn more about my services, you can check out BradentonPCRepair.com. And if you have questions when I'm not streaming, you can get a link to our Discord down in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.